your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore, sends the homeless, the tempest toast to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door, by Emma Lazarus. And that's an expert from the Statue of Liberty, the quote. So today I'm going to discuss my views on immigration, specifically the targeting of the Hispanic population in the U.S. During my speech, I will give background on immigration throughout the years, the public opinion of Hispanics taking jobs in America, which I do not find to be valid, as well as how deportation can be extremely inhumane. Starting out, one thing that seems to be so easily forgotten is that this country was founded and built on immigration. Every person in here comes from a family member somewhere down the line that was an immigrant. As found on history.com, from the years of 1892 to 1954, 12 million people passed through Ellis Island. But as we just not too long ago celebrated Thanksgiving, we know that pilgrims came here in the 1600s in search of religious freedom, stripping the land of thousands, even said to be millions, of Native Americans, which oddly enough, Hispanics have known to have Native ancestry, such as Aztec roots. So the notion of superiority seems to me to be a little outrageous. Moving on, a statement has always struck a nerve with me is that illegal immigrants are taking Americans' jobs. According to PewResearch.org, unauthorized Hispanic immigrants make up to 5.1% of the U.S. labor force, most commonly known for migrant work in farms, which entire families, including children, work from sun up to sundown, planting and harvesting U.S. produce. Working and living conditions are known to be horrible, and according to Extension.org, the typical salary for such work can be said to be only $7,500 a year. I must say, I cannot think of many people who want those jobs. And I have a little picture. Okay, so there it says almost 3/4 of all U.S. hired farm workers are immigrants. The U.S. food system, particularly fruit and vegetable production, depends on immigrants more than any other sector of the U.S. economy. So how easy is it for you to grab an apple or peel an orange and never think of how that product was made available to you? Another important point when discussing the topic is that an illegal citizen is not capable of working many jobs due to a lack of documentation. So getting beat out of employment by an individual that probably has broken English and no citizenship, then I'm sorry to say your thoughts on immigration are the least of your problems. My last and final point is how inhumane the act of deportation can be. The International Business Times states that the rate of abuse by border control soared in the years of 2007 to 2012, ranging from robbery to verbal, physical, and even sexual abuse. It also included the fact that 2 out of 3 illegals accompanied by minors were separated and deported individually. Now imagine being a child and separated from your parent in a foreign environment and then transported alone. Who knows how long it takes until reunited with your family? Another issue that has come up in discussion in recent candidate debates is anchor babies. ThinkProcess.org shares that the term actually originated when referring to Vietnamese immigrants that came to the country to escape conflict in the 1980s and 90s. And I particularly have a major problem with this. It is not the fault of a child that a parent came into this country illegally. The child/person, depending on the age, would know nothing of the country they would be deported to. Imagine the culture shock. Not only that, but the majority of individuals that come to this country are in search of a better life, not to cause surrounding cultures any harm. Isn't that what all of us are after? Today's immigration reform policy is flawed and shows signs of underlying racism. CBSNews.com shows that history of Dwight Eisenhower's immigration policy in the 1930s. It states that not only does it mirror our current policy, but also that actually 60% of the individuals that were deported during that time were actually legal American citizens. We have the power to end this cycle of injustice, but conforming seems to be all too easy. And I have, since we're talking about candidates,
Mm-hmm. You might want to copy and paste it. And
ISIS disguised as Syrian refugees attack Paris. Next target, the U.
Thank you. It's true. And these aren't the best and the finest. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting. And it only makes common sense. It only makes common sense. They're sending us not the right people. It's coming from more than Mexico. It's coming from all over South and Latin America, and it's coming probably.
Okay. And to me, to have a person of that stature on a public platform and to be able to say discriminatory and racial directing at one culture is like a disgrace to me. And I don't understand how anybody could take this guy serious. And I have one more picture. I don't think that this picture looks like people that are trying to cause harm to this country. They have children that they're trying to make a good life from, for. They're running from poverty or abuse or whatever the case is. And I think that they are horribly stereotyped. So in conclusion, I'm delivering this speech not necessarily to change your mind, but with hopes to maybe turn on a light, to consider stepping out of the box or a small mind, to not go through life with a selfish attitude, and to most definitely not speak of an opinion with lack of facts or education on a topic.